Welcome to Real Talk. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. So glad you're here today.
If you're new, hi. Quick thing. This podcast is for English learners at the B1 and B2 level. Real conversations, real language, real topics.
No textbooks, no boring stuff. Just us, talking.
Okay, Sarah, let's jump in. Because today's topic is something I think everyone needs to hear.
Oh, I already know where this is going.
Do you?
Yes. And honestly, I needed this episode like 3 years ago.
Same. Okay, here we go. Imagine this. Your colleague asks you to stay late, again. Your friend wants you to help them move on your only free Saturday. Your boss drops a new project on your desk and says, "I know you're busy, but could you?" And what do you say?
You say yes, even though every single part of you wants to say no.
And then you go home feeling tired, a little angry, and somehow guilty, even though you are the one who said yes.
Sound familiar?
Today we're talking about the one word that can change your life. And no, it's not a magic word from a movie, it's just no.
Okay, Mike, let's start with the big question. Why is it so hard to say no?
I think we're afraid. Afraid that people won't like us anymore. Afraid that we'll seem selfish or rude.
Right. And a lot of it comes from how we grew up. When we were kids, saying no to an adult was not okay.
Oh, absolutely. No was almost like a bad word. You didn't say no to your parents, to your teacher.
And that feeling follows us into adult life. So even when we're 30, 35, we still feel this guilt. Like, if I say no, I'm a bad person.
But here's the thing. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you're giving away something really valuable.
Your time.
Your energy.
Your mental health.
And eventually, you burn out. You feel resentful. And the relationship suffers anyway.
So saying no isn't selfish. It's actually responsible.
I love that. It's responsible. Because if you always say yes, people can't trust you to tell the truth.
Exactly. If you say yes but you mean no, that's not honesty. That's just people-pleasing.
Okay, Sarah. Can I ask you something personal?
Oh no. Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever said yes to something and then regretted it immediately?
Oh, Mike, all the time. Okay, one example. A few years ago, a friend asked me to help plan her birthday party, and I was already completely exhausted from work. But I said yes because I didn't want to disappoint her.
And?
And I planned the whole party, and I was miserable the entire time. I wasn't even present. I was just going through the motions. And honestly, she probably noticed.
Ouch.
Yeah. And the worst part is, I had no one to blame but myself.
I've been there. For me, it's usually work stuff. Someone asks me to take on one more task and I think, well, I don't want to seem lazy, so I say yes.
And then you stay up until midnight doing it.
3 nights in a row. And then I'm exhausted, I'm making mistakes, and I'm not even doing the task well.
So the yes actually backfires.
Completely. A good no in the beginning would have saved everyone time.
Okay, let's get practical. Because I know our listeners are thinking, okay, but how do I actually say no without sounding rude?
Great point. And the good news is, in English, you have a lot of options. You don't have to say no like you're slamming a door.
Right. There are soft ways and firm ways. Let's go through some.
First, the polite decline. Something like, "I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. I'm afraid I won't be able to help with this one."
Notice how you don't need to give a big explanation. You're not lying. You're just declining. Politely.
Second, the delayed no. This is useful when you need a moment to think. "Let me check my schedule and get back to you. I need to think about it. Can I let you know tomorrow?"
And then you actually say no the next day. Don't use this to avoid the conversation forever.
Third, the alternative offer. This is when you want to help, but not in the way they're asking. "I can't do the whole project, but I can help you for an hour on Friday." I'm not available this weekend, but how about next week?
This is great because it shows you care, but you're also being honest about your limits.
And fourth, the firm no. For when you really need people to understand. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I have to say no. Thank you for asking, but this isn't something I can take on.
Notice something in all of these? No one is being rude. No one is being cold. You can say no and still be kind.
The key is confidence. When you say it with confidence, not aggression, people actually respect it.
Okay, Mike, let's talk about the guilt. Because even when you say no perfectly, you still feel bad.
Oh, the guilt is real. Every time.
So what do you do with it?
I think you have to remind yourself why you said no. Go back to your reason. I said no because I needed to rest, because I have my own priorities, because I'm not a machine.
Right. And also, remind yourself that the other person is an adult. They can handle a no. They'll find another solution.
We often think, if I say no, everything will fall apart. But usually, it doesn't.
The world keeps turning.
Exactly. And something really interesting. When you start saying no to the wrong things, you have more energy for the right things.
The things you actually want to do. The people you actually want to help.
And your yes becomes more meaningful. Because people know, when Mike says yes, he really means it.
That's such a good point. Your yes and your no are both about integrity.
Okay, we always like to give our listeners something to take away. So here's today's challenge.
This week, say no to at least one thing. Just one. Something small. Maybe someone asks you to do something you don't want to do, and instead of automatically saying yes,
Pause. Take a breath. And say, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do that.
and then just notice how it feels. It might feel uncomfortable. That's okay. That's normal. But notice, the world didn't end.
And if you want to practice, write your response in the comments. Tell us, what did you say no to this week?
Okay, I think that's a wrap for today.
What a great conversation. I feel like I need to go say no to something right now.
Same. Okay, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this.
And subscribe if you haven't already. We put out a new episode every week, and each one is designed to help your English sound more natural, more confident, more real.
We'll see you next time on Real Talk.
Take care of yourselves, and remember,
It's okay to say no.